Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalam ala rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi man walah. Brothers and sisters, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Welcome to this week's Friday Naseeha from ProductiveMuslim.com. Today's episode, Starting Small and Growing Big. First of all, I'd like to sincerely apologize to all of you for not updating Friday Naseeha for the past 2-3 weeks. I've been really caught up with the website and there's a lot going on, but alhamdulillah, inshallah, from now on we'll try to be consistent. Also, some good news that we're hoping to move Friday Naseeha into iTunes as a podcast. We need a lot of input and advice from that, and inshallah ta'ala you hear the good news very soon. So today's topic is starting small and growing big. First of all, I'll talk about a concept in Islam which is called the Sunan. The Sunan sometimes translates to the laws that govern the way the universe work and the laws that govern the way that we humans interact. For example, when we talk about the laws that govern the way the universe works, for example, gravity, that's a law. And if you hold something and you let it go, it falls to the ground. But there's also Sunan in the creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In every creation there's certain laws that govern the way we interact, and some of these laws are universal, as in they apply to everything. So for example, today's sunnah which I want to talk about is the idea that things start small and they grow big. Tell me one thing that goes bang to become big from day one. Whether it's an idea, whether it's a relationship you have with somebody, whether it's a friendship, whether it's a website, whether it's a tree, whether it's a person, everything starts small and grows big. That is a sunnah of life. Now if you want to jump to success from day one, jump to something big from day one, it's almost impossible. So today what I want to talk about is the sunnah, the idea that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in His wisdom makes us go through this journey in achieving anything. We start small and then we grow big. And the way today I want to talk about how we can ensure that we start small, we start on the right track, and how to continue growing and growing on the right track. And just like Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives a tree the sunnah that it starts small and grows big. However, the tree needs to have the sun, the right soil, the right amount of water in order to grow. And so that when we want to grow our ideas, we need to start right and grow right so that we can get to the level we want to achieve, inshallah ta'ala. So starting small, let's think about how can we start small on the right track. First of all, whenever you have an idea or a project or a plan, make sure you write it down. There is a beauty in writing something down because it makes you commit to it. If you have it in your mind, you might forget it. You might not feel bothered. But when you write it down, you're making a commitment to yourself. And that is one of the powerful things about writing. Secondly, do the research. Read about your idea. Read about your plan. Read about your project. There are 6 billion people in this world today, and there have been numerous people living in this world, and your idea may not be the first time that you've thought about it. Someone else might have thought about it. What if you could learn from them so you can take the shortcut and you can really be able to start small at a later stage than what the other person did? So read about this idea, read about your project, and so that you have the right information and know what are the obstacles that might face you. Thirdly, brainstorm. Really think. Nowadays people don't think about what they do. They just jump into something and they don't think. Now, although I do support the idea that you should never wait too long and think too much and discuss things for too long, at the same time, don't just jump into something without any level of thinking. Think about the implications, think about the steps, write the ideas down, and really brainstorm. Act on your ideas. Take the first action. As I said before, don't be like those who discuss and talk and brainstorm and really don't do anything. Really act. Take the action. Commit yourself. Start the idea. And 5, review it. Every single time, check to see how things are going. Again, just like the example of the tree I gave you earlier, if the tree is not checked, if it's not to see if there are any issues with it, if it is growing fine, then it will fail. So you want to start right. Make sure you always review your ideas, especially in the early stages. Now, how do you grow? Number one, be consistent. Just like that tree, it needs consistent sunlight, consistent amount of water, and consistent good soil. So be consistent. If you want to grow strong, be consistent. If you want an idea to grow strong, your project to grow strong, be consistent. Secondly, find support. Don't be alone. It's very hard. Try to find support. Find the fans, find the people, find your family, your friends. Support yourself. And really, because there'll come a time when you want to give up. There'll come a time when you feel that you cannot do this anymore. So really find the support. It really, really helps. Thirdly, be flexible. Try hard to be flexible. Sometimes we are so rigid. We think this is the way or the highway. No, it's not. Try hard to be flexible and say, how can I reinvent myself? How can I really move things around? And that's the power of somebody who grows successfully, or to somebody who starts successfully but fails. Why? Because they haven't reinvented themselves. They haven't changed. They haven't developed. They haven't really stepped back and say, you know what? I need to make this leap now and be flexible and not be so rigid. And fourthly, never, ever, ever quit. If you want to grow, never ever, you may change your idea, you may just transform your idea into something else, but never quit. Never ever quit. That is my message for you today. Start small, grow big. That's the sunnah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Don't jump. Start walking, then running, and then jumping, inshallah ta'ala. I hope that my message for you today is clear, and that's basically the essence of being productive, that you start small, and by being productive you grow until you reach what you want to achieve, inshallah ta'ala. Jazakumullah khair, and I'll talk to you inshallah next week. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.